Is Robert E. Howard's Conan story, Red Nails, overrated? Stick around. So, yeah, usually when I set something up like this, is it overrated? It could go one or two ways, which now that I said that out loud makes no sense whatsoever because it's going to go one way or the other. We're going with it. So, yeah, I'm an imbecile. But let's talk a little bit about details here. Robert E. Howard's the author. Sword and Sorcery is the genre. It's in the Conan series. It is the last Conan the Cimmerian story, published in 1936 in Weird Tales magazine. It was actually serialized from July to October of 1936, which is really cool. Let's talk about the summary of this story. And so, again, Red Nails, the last Conan story. Conan is tracking a female pirate named Valeria. Now, as an aside, Valeria is one of the more well-known, more robust female characters up there with like Bellet from the kind of Conan mythos, or I guess the Hyborian Age mythos. She is one of those kind of, I don't want to say godlike creatures, but she's one of those female characters that has this very high stature, and she's very robust, and you can understand why when reading this story. They being Valeria and Conan, stumble upon an isolated walled city called Zucotl. I don't know how you pronounce it. But anyways, inside they find two factions of survivors. They carry out endless blood feud in a labyrinth of corridors, halls, chambers. You know, there's a lot that's going on with these wraiths, and Conan and Valeria navigate treachery and sorcery and brutality. Yeah, they uncover the city's horrific secrets as well. And yeah, did I mention that there's dinosaurs? Yeah, there's dinosaurs. They call them dragons, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's dinosaurs. Yeah, so that's the summary of this. Let's talk a little bit about what I enjoyed. So, I mean, it's Conan the Cimmerian. I don't think I could ever really just say I just hated this story when it comes to Robert E. Howard, period. But when it comes to Conan, they all kind of are just fun, and I like them all for what they are. Some of them I like more than others, and we'll talk about, you know, where this one kind of fits out in my kind of scale. But I really liked Conan. I thought some of the battles, his barbarian heroes, some of his dialogue between him and Valeria was really, really good. I liked Valeria of the Red Brotherhood. I thought she was great. Very fierce female pirate. She's very independent. Completely deadly with the sword, and even had Conan's respect as well, which I really, really liked. Definitely an ally that he had a lot of respect for if he didn't want to bed as well. There's some other characters as well. Olmec, Taskela. There's two factions, the Zoltalank faction, and then there's the Takulti, I think is how you pronounce it. Some of the names are out there, but yeah, two kind of warring clans who have reduced the city to kind of endless bloodshed. And so obviously Conan and Valeria are coming in and trying to figure out how to navigate all that. I really liked some of their encounters. Yes, they encounter dinosaurs before reaching the actual city of Zucotl. Yeah, it's interesting. They find a lot of survivors. They're begging. You can see that the city is really just decimated. And so it definitely has different themes that pulls on some of your heartstrings. Yeah, and again, this is the final Conan story before Robert E. Howard's tragic suicide. So it's argued to be one of his best ever written because it covers a lot. You have a lot of different overarching themes, you know, most around civilizations falling, eternal doom. And kind of the main theme that I got here was that when civilizations do fall, it usually is from rot from within. And this is definitely a good example. So the big question is did I like this? And so in terms of rating an overall, I give it a 4.0. It's a good story. It is super solid. You won't go wrong reading it. I can understand why a lot of people like it. For me, I went in with very high expectations because I just heard constantly about this is really good. I read online a little bit, which I probably shouldn't have done, and it kind of creates its own kind of offshoot to a discussion. Should we completely go into books and stories blind, because it does affect our mood or our ratings, and yeah, that's another topic for probably to let me know down the road. But anyways, back to Conan and Red Nails. I just was so keyed up, like, this is the last one, this is gonna be epic, and it just kind of fell a little short for me. It really did. I liked a lot of the elements. The dinosaurs was definitely a stretch, but I went with it. It's dinosaurs, dinos, who cares? It's Conan. But I definitely like some other Conan stories better. The Tower of the Elephant, Phoenix on the Sword, The People of the Black Circle. I liked those stories better for their plots. This one, the plot was okay. It was more so about Valeria and Conan in my estimation. But yeah, it is a good story. It was a good one to end on. And like I said again, there's no real bad Conan stories when it comes to Robert E. Howard. His prose is great. You're always going to get that. There was a few places I thought the prose was a little looser than I've used to when it comes to Conan stories, but that's just me being nitpicky. It was a 4.0, which is a good story. I enjoyed it. I'm melancholy that I'm done with all the Del Rey editions. It was the last story I had in the Conquering Sword of Conan. And so, yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited because I finished all 3 Del Reys, and yeah, now I'm looking for some of the pastiche and standalone stuff and moving on to other characters in Robert E. Howard's works. And so, but yeah, that's my take. Red Nails, Robert E. Howard, I give it a 4.0. Definitely worth your time. Any Conan story is worth your time. I've enjoyed reading all of them. They're just fascinating. I really like them. If you like fighting, you like sorcery, you'll always like kind of a thief element or a caper type thing. There's a lot of that goes on. So it all just works really well. So that's my take. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll talk to you later.